and decide to merge these grand, beautiful cultures, the Hebrew and Jewish tradition with the bluegrass tradition, which is decidedly just as passionate as a religious one, as a spiritual one. So you're merging these two worlds.
It was kind of an accident, you know. We both are huge bluegrass lovers, and our background is Jewish, and we're spiritual people who wanted to express ourselves through bluegrass. And because bluegrass is so pure and real and loving, it felt like a natural connection, you know, natural thing to do.
Well, and Eric, you're playing the banjo. You have a classical background from Rutgers University. Not, you know, it's not banjo bluegrass. So you've got this, you know, deep educational learning behind you, and yet you're playing a form of music that's more from the heart than a written chart.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, that took some learning on your part, I would think, to transfer from the classical page to the bluegrass written on the heart, because that's how that music is done.
Well, I studied jazz in college and classical music, and like you said, it's a lot of written music. There's also a lot of improvisation, but secretly, I was playing bluegrass in my dorm rooms and stuff, because that's really what I've loved my whole life. It's
like you were hiding it.
I was hiding it. You know, you're not supposed to bend notes in jazz. You can't do that stuff. But no, it's really it's our true love, and I know this is something that you feel strongly about too. It's the only kind of music that speaks like directly to the center of me. You know, jazz is great and classical music, and there's a lot of great stuff out there. But when we sat down to really, you know, write some prayers, which is some part of what we do, this is what came out. This old time sound just seemed honest to us.
So how, as you guys started performing, how was the audiences reacting? I would think you played Jewish centers and community centers and stuff that had a lot of your Jewish community in it, not necessarily bluegrass crowds.
It's funny. Oftentimes, if we were in front of a big, even a synagogue or an audience of Jewish people, we would say, you know, raise your hand if you like bluegrass, and the beginning of the show, and a couple would raise their hand. By the end of the show, raise your hand if you like bluegrass. The whole audience is, you know, it feels like an honor to be able to share bluegrass in the Jewish world, and an honor to be able to share kind of Jewish culture and spirit in the rest of the world through the magic of bluegrass. So it's kind of this special.
And so you're working on your debut album with this form of music. I would think that there's not a whole lot of you folks out there, so you've sort of got your market cornered, right? Not a lot of competition for you in the booking circuit, right? So where are you hoping to take the music? Where are you hoping this new career of yours? Because I mean, Donnie, you have a career aside from this, doing a lot of children's music, and you've been very, very successful at it. Eric, of course, you're successful in your own right, doing your thing, but coming together as Nefesh Mountain, doing this Jewish bluegrass mergence, where are you hoping it goes? What's your goal?
Well, yeah, we both come from different backgrounds and stuff, but this is our proverbial baby right now, and we're putting all we got into it. And I think we're hoping that anybody who hears it, if they like it, then, you know, we're so grateful for that, just the chance to play music as husband and wife on the road, and to open people's minds to a culture that they maybe don't know. And like you said, in our synagogues, not everyone knows what bluegrass is and who some of our favorite people in bluegrass are, and it's nice to be able to spread that gospel, so to speak.
And your name, Nefesh Mountain, I mean, most of the audience is not going to know the core meaning of Nefesh. I guess it could be misunderstood as soul, but there's more to it than just Soul Mountain. I mean, so why don't you explain your intent behind the name Nefesh Mountain?
I mean, for me, you know, obviously Nefesh is soul in Hebrew, and, you know, the idea of a mountain top. I think my vision is sort of, when you want to speak your truth in the world, you know, it's sort of like the best place to do that would be on the top of a mountain, you know, with your arms out to the universe to say, this is me. And so Nefesh Mountain just felt like kind of a declaration of like, this is who we are. And, you know, obviously mountains are very symbolic in the world. You know, whether it's Mount Sinai or, you know, mountains in Ireland or, you know, the Blue Ridge Mountains, you know, that we all are one. You know, we're all part of this one world together, and the mountain is just such a special way of looking at it.
And this is not the Hebrew equivalent of bluegrass gospel. I mean, this is not a decidedly religious based theme. It's a cultural theme, correct? Would I be accurate in that?
Absolutely.
It's more of a cultural thing than a preaching thing.
We are not preaching at all,
Okay.
and we are absolutely about universal themes that we're all in this world: love and friendship and freedom.
Well, all good themes, and you have to have good musicians riding shotgun with you, and you certainly do. Tim Kaya on the upright bass behind you, and Gary Oliar doing massive work with the fiddle. I might say the fiddle player also works with Goose Creek Symphony, so he's got a nice Kentucky connection. Let's get back into your mountain. I'm going to try to say this. Esa Einai. Am I pretty close?
Oh, man, that was it.
Esa Einai is the name of the song. Nefesh Mountain is the name of the duo and the CD right here on the Woodsongs Old Time Radio Hour.
To the mountains, I lift my eyes to the mountains. I lift my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help?
Where does my help?
Where does my help come from? I lift my eyes to the mountains. I lift my eyes to the mountains. I lift my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help?
Where does my help?
Where does my help come from?
Oh, Esa Einai el Hey Hari Me'ayin Yavo Ezri. Oh, Esa Einai el Hey Hari Me'ayin Yavo Ezri.
Esa Einai, Esa Einai, Esa Einai, Esa Einai. I lift my eyes to the mountains. I lift my eyes to the mountains. I lift my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help?
Where does my help?
Where does my help come from?
Oh, Esa Einai el Hey Hari Me'ayin Yavo Ezri. Oh, Esa Einai el Hey Hari Me'ayin Yavo Ezri.
Esa Einai, Esa Einai, Esa Einai, Esa Einai. My help comes from Adonai. My help comes from Adonai. My help comes from Adonai.
That's where my help.
That's where my help. That's where my help comes from.
It's a beautiful and a unique album of great material merging the Hebrew cultures with bluegrass. Bill Monroe would be very, very proud. They are called Nefesh Mountain. That's also the name of their CD. If you want to know more, you can visit our website, woodsongs.com. Click on the archive page. This is show number 800.